Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome once again to our world today. I'm your lovely host, Nora Sakal. This is a podcast where we address issues that matters. We talk about all things living. Thank you for joining us. If this is your first time tuning in, welcome. Welcome to our world today. You can go over to our Facebook page, Instagram, Twitter at PM Our World Today. Again, PM Our World Today. And to our YouTube channel at Out Media, OWT Media. And subscribe, like, share, invite your friends so we can all participate and benefit from this awesome series. We're working on the 15 invaluable laws of growth. Yes. As you all know, again, we have been working on the 15 invaluable laws of growth from the book written by John C. Maxwell. And we have worked on the first 9 laws. Today we are working on law number 10. Last week we talked on law number 9, which was the law of the ladder. The law of the ladder is all about character building. Pretty much telling you, in order for you to grow or to reach a certain height when it comes to your personal growth, you have to first off develop your character. So character growth determines the height of your personal growth, right? And today we are talking on the amazing, fantastic, wonderful law number 10, which is the law of the rubber band. The law of the rubber band is telling us about growth stops when you lose the tension between where you are and where you could be. In other words, mediocrity is not a worthy goal. If you listen to John C. Maxwell, he talks on a series of stretches, and when he talks on those series of stretches, what do you think he means by? You will hear him always say, "God's gift to us is potential. Our gift to God is developing it." So when he says stuff like that, those are things that would trigger you and cause you to think and puzzle and just pause for a minute and think about it. What does he mean by God's gift to us is potential and our gift to God is developing those potentials? John discusses a series of his personal stretches along the way of his life. What does he mean by stretches? What are some stretches that you have experienced in your life? How have they developed you and challenged you? Is there some place in your life right now where you need to stretch on? Again, this is law number 10. We're talking about the law of the rubber band. It's easy to be average. Average is something that everyone can do, everyone can be, and most people are. It's very easy to be average. So let's talk on stretching. What are the benefits of stretching? See, few people want to stretch in their life. Why do you believe so few people want to believe? Is average really good enough, right? What does living by default really means, right? So let's talk about setting the status quo. Ultimately, in terms of, let's talk about settling for the status quo, because when you settle for the status quo, what it does is that it ultimately leads you to destruction, right? How do you view the quote where you hear, I don't know if you know about the psychologist Abraham Maslow. He says that if you plan on being anything less than you are capable of being, you will probably be unhappy for the rest of your life. When you hear stuff like that, how do you view that? How do you see that? What's your perspective? Because the truth is, for all its worth, average can generally be achieved by merely showing up. Showing up, that's it. If you want to perform average, if you want to deliver average, just show up. Show up and do nothing. Show up and be nothing. Just be here. Just be present. Not actively present, but just be present, right? So we want to be able to not just show up, but we want to make change. We want to do things. We want to see things happen. We want to make sure that we are making an impact. We are causing an impact. Stretching always starts from the inside out. We talk a lot about changing from the inside out. See, you have to explore the quote from James Allen. You cannot travel within and stand without. You cannot travel within and start without. Could it generally be said that a person who never moves beyond average is not moving within? Mhm. Think about this idea that you are exactly where you should be in life, given everything you have done to get there. Think about that idea. How can you evaluate where you are and where you want to be? See, stretching always requires change, right? See, in order for you to change, you need to stretch. Stretching requires um us to say we believe we can start again. We believe we can transform. You believe you can start again. You believe you can transform. You believe you can change. Um, Stretching requires us to develop the ability to stretch. Stretching requires risk, right? Think about when we talk of the quote, it's never too late to be what you might have been. Think about that. What does that mean? You hear people make statements like that all the time. But what are they saying? What does it really mean? It's never too late, never too late uh, uh, to be what you might have been. You see what I'm saying? So stretching sets you apart from others. The truth is, the only limiting nature, one of the only limiting nature we place on ourselves is when we say, I did just about good enough. When you give just good enough, the result you produce is just good enough. See, there's plenty of room at the top. Believe it or not, there's plenty of room at the top because not everybody makes it up there. Everyone is at the bottom, crumbling and fighting for the little crumbs, the little piece of bread that's left. But at the top, there's a whole table. So why fight to be at the bottom when you can comfortably eat at the top? There's plenty of room up there. How many people do you know that truly are seeking to make their life extremely better? Not merely money, but a truly better life. Are you settling yourself or are you setting yourself apart? Or are you just settling with the rest of the world? Right? Think about that. Stretching can become a lifestyle if you make it one. Rabbi Nahum, he said that if you won't be a better tomorrow than today, then what do you need tomorrow for? That's the truth of the matter. You can't be the same person you were yesterday, and you can't be the same person you are tomorrow. So if you won't be a better person tomorrow, then why do you need tomorrow for? You see, if you are an achiever, the truth of the matter is that stretching can become addictive. Just like when you see an athlete, you know, because exercise becomes an addictive activity for them because they're an athlete. So if you are an achiever, guess what? Stretching also will become addictive. I want you to remember success is not an arrival place to stop stretching. No. When you get there, you look for new areas to challenge yourself. You look for new ways to challenge yourself. Look for new places to challenge yourself, to develop yourself, to stretch yourself beyond what you know or what you're used to, right? So stretching gives you a shot at significance. Significance is one of the six human needs. So imagine if more people aspired to become more. Imagine that. We talk a lot on a possibility. It's a hint from God, but one must follow it. All things are possible. A possibility is a hint from God, but you must follow that possibility. If you know that it is possible for you to do something, for you to be something, for you to become something, but then how certain are you that you can absolutely do, be, or become if you do not follow that possibility? Just that thought of an idea that you can do more or be more, right? What is meant when we talk of the term significance? What is significance to you? How does stretching change indifference into to make a difference? See, stretching to the end. That's why stretching to the end. See, we're reminded again over and over that stretching is a lifelong pursuit. Our lives must be a constant pursuit of growing, learning, improving, and giving more. That's what our life is. So, stretching is something that is just pushing yourself to uh, being more, becoming more, stretching yourself to wanting more, stretching yourself to desiring more, stretching yourself beyond your comfort zone, stretching yourself outside of your comfort zone, stretching yourself to do things that you only imagine. From the inside out. See, I don't know what just happened, but something just happened. Stretching yourself, to make sure that you exhaust everything within you, everything inside of you, everything that you can possibly think of or possibly become. That's what stretching is. So, yeah, life must be a constant pursuit of growing, learning, improving, and giving more. Hmm. So, how do you apply the law of the rubber band to your life? How do you apply that? What are the specific steps to amazing growth by applying one of the 15 laws, the law of the rubber band? What are those steps? Let's go over it again. Number one, think about what areas in your life have you lost your stretch and settled in? In what areas have you lost your stretch and settled in? Where are you settling? Are you settling in your career? Are you settling when it comes to your finances? Are you settling when it comes to your lifestyle? Are you settling in your marriage? Are you settling in your business? Are you settling in your relationships, your friendships, your family? Are you settling? What areas are you settling when it comes to those things? Have you been able to define your own potential? And if you've not been able to define your own potential, you have to seek aid in that area from a coach or a mentor on how to help find your potential. You can look that from a spiritual leader if they offer such services within their ministry. You can look that from coaching institutions or different organizations like iLead Global, which you can go to iLeadGlobal.com to get that information. They help you one-on-one coaching, mentorship, and stuff like that. You can find that from different community events that offer help on how to define your own potential. What habits have you developed that have hindered your progress towards your potential? Look into those habits and transform them. I want you to rate your satisfaction in areas of your life. In what areas have you become average and may have lost some stretching? In what areas? It can even be something that you're skillful at. It can be something that you have to gift at and you know you're good at it. So you just come and give just enough. Where are you just giving an average? You putting in an average performance. Create some specific means for stretching in the areas of your life for which you are no longer winning. Where do you want to win and you're no longer winning? Remember to establish a balance between your potential and your present place so that stretching is both possible and challenging. See, the tension is critical, but you do not want to get to overwhelmed or get so overwhelmed that you simply just give up. The goal is not to overwhelm you. The goal is to challenge you to reach for the things that are possible. So both possibility and challenging is the goal. Not so that you give up, but so that you can attain the results. See, if you've heard of the SMART measurable tool, which S stands for specific, M stands for measurable, A stands for attainable, R stands for realistic, and T stands for timed. So your stretching goal should be SMART. That's the acronym. Specific. Look for words like more, bigger, faster. Those are not specific words. Be direct. I want to make X amount of money. I want to make $1 billion by this year. That's specific. But if you say I want to make more income, I want to be a billionaire, it's not specific. It should be measurable. See, without measuring, how do you know if you're succeeded? If you succeeded, it must be measurable. Is it attainable? Attainable means that there should be something, those goals should be something that you will actually do. Not setting something because it sounds good. No, something that you actually will do, something that is possible and challenging, but yet attainable. Is it realistic? See, there must be something you can actually do. You can't say, oh, I'm going to walk from America to Africa. That's not realistic. Because there's no roads that connect America to Africa. And it must be timed. See, without a timed arrival, you are only creating a wish list. Oh, I'm going to do this, and do that. When? When are you going to do this, and do that? You must set a fixed time. Because time puts you in a conscious state where you become more intentional about everything. You become more intentional about everything. So more clearly define your own potential. For example, when you read books, when you discover yourself, you look for ways that will help you grow and become even more proficient in different things about yourself. And you begin to look at the things that you desire, the things that frustrate you, the things that you like. Where do you see yourself going? What direction? What are your natural passions, your inherent potentials? What are you naturally gifted at? You begin to assess things like that, and then you discover, oh wow, my goals are actually directed towards this area, that area, etc., etc. And then you can now stretch yourself to be more and do more. That's it for me today, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in. I'm your girl, Nora Sakal. Again, go over to our Facebook page at Our World Today, PM Our World Today. PM Our World Today. Also, go over to our YouTube channel at Out Media. Again, Out Media, OWT Media. And if you would like to contact me personally, you can find me on Facebook at Nora Sakal, Norasakal. So those of you listening over the radio, thank you very much. You have a wonderful day. Be safe. Remember, be productive and not just be busy. I'm your girl, Nora Sakal. Until next time, see you Monday, same place, same time. God bless. Shalom.